McCormack. I put lipstick on it. Hi, hello friends and strangers, welcome back. I'm here to talk about my March book haul. I don't know if it's too early to post my March haul, but these are the books that I bought so far for the month of March. I say so far because I don't want to promise that I'm gonna be on a book buying ban because someone ordered 2 more books last night, so I don't know. But let's get started with what I have. So starting with the brand new books from Fullybooked, I have 3 books from them, and these are titles that are easily sold out, and when they emailed me that it's back on stock, I immediately added them to my cart. So, the first 2 books are the Star Wars Dark Force Rising, which is the second book of the Thrawn trilogy, and Star Wars The Last Command, which is the last book of the trilogy. So if you haven't watched my video yet, it's my 2020 wrapped up, and the first book is actually one of my highlights for 2020, and I was so happy and excited that I saw they were back in stock in Fullybooked, so I immediately copped them. I'm very excited for this, and if you haven't watched that video yet, and if you're a Star Wars fan, I suggest picking up the Thrawn trilogy because it's just so good. And the next one is a chunky book, which is a mass market paperback of The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, and this is part of the Stormlight Archive series, and I think they are all chunky books. This book is 1,252 pages long, and I am going to buddy read this with my husband, who already started the book, and I'm just gonna finish the book that I'm currently reading, and then I'm gonna hopefully jump into this book already. This is high fantasy, and I've only heard really amazing things about this book, especially from my friend Riza from Pages and Coffee Cups, so I'm gonna have her details here, so please give her a follow. We have almost the same taste in books, that's why I really trust her recommendations. If you're watching this, Riza, I'm gonna pick this one up very soon, and I'm gonna talk to you about it. Hello there, future editing Pam. It's me again, giving you more work to do because you have additional footage. There's a Fullybooked purchase that arrived today, and it should be part of the March book haul. One, it's Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a thriller book that's been on my TBR for so long, and I'm just happy that I finally got a copy. But The star of this purchase is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales from the Cafe by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. When I saw that Fullybooked finally has this, I immediately added that to my cart because this is one of the books that the first book I really love. Although I don't have a physical copy of the first book yet, I'm gonna start with this one, and I'm excited to read this book this year because the concept is so great. Like, if you haven't watched previous video discussing the first book and my thoughts about it, please watch that video or pick up the first book. It's great. Moving on to the 8 remaining secondhand books that I bought for this month, starting with 2 books that I bought from page 394 Bookshop. It's a local bookshop here in the Philippines, and they mostly sell good secondhand copies of books. So starting with The Road by Cormac. Put lipstick on it. Yeah, anyway. So starting with The Road by Cormac McCarthy. I'm not very familiar with the story, but I know that this is a notable book and it's quite known. Ironic because I don't know much about it, but it has received a lot of awards, and I bought this for just 200 pesos. That's such a steal. The next one is Harmless Like You by Rowan Hisayo Buchanan. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I love the cover, I love the color scheme, and I bought this for like 350 pesos. And it's in a very nice condition, although there are obvious folds or some kind of like some patches, but it's a good copy. Okay, so I'm gonna read the synopsis a bit because I'm not so sure with what it's about. In 1968, Yuki is 16 and has not one friend in all of New York. It's the year her parents moved back to Tokyo, but Yuki decides to stay. In 2016, gallery owner Jay becomes a father, believing he is a happily married man. It's the year he will finally confront his mother, who abandoned their family when he was 2 years old. Her name is Yuki Iyama, and she has been living for decades as an artist in Berlin. I'm excited about it, and I'm glad that I bought this for just like 350 pesos. And that page 394, it's a challenge to buy books from them because like you have to comment mine, so it's like a first come first serve. In this case, first comment first served type of bookshop. So yeah, I'm lucky that I got this too. Next is the books that I bought from the Shopee account of National Bookstore. So National Bookstore is a local quote-unquote bookstore here in the Philippines, and I say quote because although they are a bookstore in name, they mostly sell the school supplies, stationery and things like that, and they have books on the side. I went to their Shopee store and found that these copies are sealed, although their prices are for a second-hand copy. So when I saw that some of the books are on sale in their Shopee store, I immediately went to their store and browsed some books. So one of those books is Flowers for Algernon by Daniel Keyes, and all I know is that I've seen this around Goodreads and around the community, and I think it's about this boy who has an unusually low IQ, and he is invited to be part of this experiment where the researchers believe that they could increase his IQ, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I bought this for just 262 pesos. Next is Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls by Lynn Weingarten. I got this for 136 pesos, so that's very cheap for a paperback copy. And I think it's briefly about someone who burned herself to death, and there's a character who doesn't believe that that was the cause of her death. So next is Miraj by Sumaya Dawood. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Sumaya Dawood. And it's a hardback copy that I got for just 192 pesos. And it's in very good condition. As in, when it got here, it's sealed. And I'm excited to read this fantasy novel because I've heard mostly good things about this book, and yeah, I'm really glad I got it. These books I got from National Bookstore warehouse sale Shopee account, so it's still owned by National Bookstore, but the difference is all of the books that I have here are all on sale. So for my Filipino friends and mutuals, magpunta kayo sa Shopee account na NBS warehouse sale. Madaming naka 50% off, mga naka 75% off, and madami sa kanila ay hardbacks. And actually, hindi ko in-expect na yung mga makukuha ko hardbacks. I thought they were just paperbacks. I was even more happy to get these hardbacks for the price that they have. So starting with Husky by Justin Sayre. There are obvious tears though, so si National Bookstore, meron silang disclaimer kapag nag-shop ka sa kanila na what you see is not always what you get. Kasi yung picture na meron sila sa shop, it doesn't reflect the real copy. So they do have a disclaimer that what you will get might have some tears, which is obvious from this copy, or some marks. So I think they use this as a mark in their warehouse to distinguish books from other books. So yeah, I got this for like 100 pesos. I got this for 100 pesos and it's already hardback. I'm not sure what it's about, but I think it's a coming of age story, if I'm not mistaken. The second to the last hardback that I have is The Spy Who Was Left Behind by Michael Pollara. And again, it's a hardback copy, which is pretty awesome. It has some obvious dents a bit on the spine, but I'm not very sensitive when it comes to that. And I got this for just 200 pesos, so it's quite a steal. And I think this is about something about the CIA, spies, KGB, so very interested. I think it's also a non-fiction book, so I'm quite excited about this. And the last hardback that I got from National Bookstore warehouse sale is Akata Warrior by Nedi Okorafor. I bought this for just 200 pesos, so it's such another steal yet again because it's a hardback copy, and obviously hardbacks are quite expensive, especially here in the global south. Again, it's a hardback copy and it's actually quite a nice copy, and it's in a decent condition. There are again a few dents, but another fantasy book that I really hope to get into this year, or at least early next year. Filipino mutuals who are watching this video, I suggest that you hit those stores where I bought this books from. I think you can check out NBS Warehouse Sale and the National Bookstore official store in Shopee. and page 394 on Facebook. They are constantly uploading new stuff, so if you have any questions, drop those in the comment section below. And that wraps up my video for today. I just wanted to show what I bought in March, and it's actually making me reflect on like how much books I bought this month so far, and it's not even like the middle of March. But my excuse is that most of these books are on sale and are secondhand copies, and I had to get them. Capitalism. Anyway, I hope you kind of enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time, friends and strangers, on my next video, whatever that might be. See you again. Bye bye.